in the leagues. We're playing another Rakdos Kroxa build. We had a different draft that was playing Nethergoyf, Moonshadow. I felt like the deck was maybe a little bit too aggressive for Kroxa. I do think Kroxa likes to play a slower, more interactive game plan where it gets to take over the late game a little bit more. And I thought we were a little bit too reliant on the graveyard. And so moving into Seasoned Pyromancer, Ragavan, a little bit Legend of Roku lets us kind of move away from being really weak to graveyard hate while still maintaining the Spyro Kroxa stuff. We also, this is the first time we are playing Dauthi Voidwalker post BNR. I think that it's looking like it's lining up really well against most of the post ban stuff besides Affinity, but against Living In, Big Mana, all the spell based combo decks. I think it's a really, really nice tool to have. Main deck a couple of Vexing Baubles in this build also. What is the reason to brew with Kroxa? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could say this, but I would think it's kind of obvious. This is the first time Kroxa has been legal with Arena of Glory without Flage being in the format. Arena of Glory plus Haste Titans is a pretty dang powerful thing to be doing. And now this is the only one still standing, and it is a red Haste Titan with Arena of Glory. I think that this is a powerful thing to be brewing around, and it is, it used to be, well, why would you do it? Because Flage is legal. It's that Flage is more powerful than Kroxa. Flage is not legal anymore. Now Kroxa is the only effect like this. Keeping this on the play. How many decks in the current metagame have at least been partially responsible for pioneering? It's like not very easy to answer because at this point, basically, like when Prowess gets a new card, we're playing a lot of Prowess, and I like a lot of the Prowess lists like resemble like the formula I've had for a while, but it's like it's hard to really imagine like you could give me any credit for it. And like same thing with Affinity. Like I think maybe the Claws of Gix tech originated on the channel, but it's like it's like almost all of the decks we kind of played a little bit before they rise to the metagame because like they got a new card update and it's just very difficult to like really give yourself credit for anything. I think I'll just take 0 credit until Trudge is on the Goldfish. Any spike events you're hosting in the Spotlight series? I guess do content creators host events in the Spotlight series? For me, whenever I go to like a Magic Con or a Spotlight series, I like to go on vacation. I like to just be a guy playing an event. And not do like the meet and greets or anything. Although the meet and greet, I'm so worried that no one would show up to a meet and greet. And before you go, no, we would show up. The thing is, y'all are playing your tournaments. Like, but I don't have the audience who shows up to these events to go to meet and greets. I have them who are playing. Y'all are all playing tournaments. You're not going to come in the middle of your tournament to come say hi. If you put up a cyber guide for Trudge and Mutify, I'd pay $10 for it. All right, we got $10, $10. We got $11 for the cyber guide for Trudge. I'll show up because the O2 drop. That's true. We'll get all the O2 droppers. 7 rounds in the challenge. Got $12. $12 for the Trudge cyber guide. Do I hear $13? Would you be willing to put out a paid cyber guide for the deck? No. Wait. $14. I forgot I was auctioning this live. I don't know. I used to do this. I used to do like 2 articles a week, and I used to do the cyber guides when I was writing for TCG Player, and I like not doing it anymore. If I put something out like that, I just do it for free. I don't have a platform, right? So like I've said no to Meatify so many times. I would feel embarrassed. I would feel embarrassed to sign up for them after they've tried to recruit me so many times. It'd be so embarrassing to just sign up one day. And then I guess, and then if I do one deck guide on Patreon, then people are gonna expect me to do more. So if I put them out anywhere, I would just do it. I would just do it for free. So I guess we want. I guess we'll just go discard the Dauthi Voidwalker because you want the Voidwalker to be in the yard against Living End, especially when they only have 2 outbursts left. Do I want to keep the heat? I guess I'll keep the heat over the random card. Can't you add guides on the Moxfield list? Oh, I could add guides on the Moxfield list. Yeah, maybe I'll talk to Moxfield about doing that. Yeah, I could just add it to the primer on Moxfield. I think it's a great idea. I might do that. The return of Violent Outburst? The return of Violent Outburst. Dude, they're gonna kill my avatar Roku. You underestimate how many commander players you actually have a positive influence on. I guess if you're a commander player and you're here and you don't play modern and you're a commander player, type the name of your commander in chat. Although I do honestly, if like I feel okay with the Trudge deck, you're gonna cut Devourers, Microspawns, Rumbles most of the time, and just bring in the card for the matchup. It's maybe not even that complicated. They have Endurance this turn. Fuck, dude. We are so dead. I don't even think Voidwalker does it, so I'm just gonna look for my second Vexing Bauble. Yes, fuck yes. Let's go. Great gameplay. Draw Vexing Bauble or die. Thank you, wizards. All right. Kill this. Wait, do you have a out to the bauble? I think we're okay. They cycle. Is the challenge deck hard to pilot? I think it's pretty simple. I think your mulligan decisions might take some time to learn, but I wouldn't consider it hard, no. All right, we're gonna bring in the Vexing Baubles, gonna bring in the Ashioks, gonna bring in the Surgicals. Gonna cut I cut 3 heats last time. 2 of these and the legend. What if you play almost no magic and just like watching an innovator warp a format? I guess I'll let you stay. Whenever I tell people like what I do for a living, a lot of times they'll go like, "Oh yeah, I'll follow you," and I'm like, "You don't want to do that." I'm like, "You don't want to do that," because I don't think that people who aren't very into magic and modern would enjoy the stream. Can trim Mishras. That's true. I think I have enough other stuff to trim though. Would swapping Promise in for World Anew break the deck for FNM, or is it a fine budget swap? Promise in is way better. You'd probably be better off with something like World Breaker. Maybe not. Aeon's Torn if you got it. I guess if my top card's Vexing Bauble, I'll just play like a theater and pass. Ooh. Okay. How about Surveil a Dauthi Voidwalker into the graveyard? Yeah, I understand why you want to cut the Mishra's Bauble because of Vexing Bauble, but also it's like it's only bad if you top deck it while you have Vexing Bauble in play. If you got Vexing Bauble in play, you're chilling. It's okay. Does Trudge bring in Trinisphere against Prowess? Yes, that's one of the main reasons it's in the sideboard. I guess I'm going to play Bauble and Ragavan. I think you could also play Voidwalker. I had Ulamaga's 5th big hit off the Fight Rigging. I feel like the MDFCs make you not really need it. Right, they force pitch Wistfulness. I think I'm okay if they cascade this turn because they've got Voidwalker in the yard. I guess if they have Land, Endurance, Green Card, Cascader as 4 of their 5 cards, it could be better to Thoughtseize. I know you recently got away from Shadow Temple decks, but recently got some 5-0s. Want to be nostalgic sometimes when you build the deck. We've played a lot of Moonshadow when Moonshadow came out, and Moonshadow has been like I've been saying it's very good. That is their hand. Okay, great. Fuck. How did we lose this hand? How are we dead on turn 3 after going Surveil Voidwalker in the yard. Vexing Bauble Ragavan turn 2. Maybe I thought I just had too much to lose. I guess we go to game 3. Kind of an unbelievable game to lose. I could have Thoughtseize though, so my fault. Hey Eyelash, good to see you. Thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Yeah, I like Moonshadow a lot. I think so this week I want to be during the non-challenge days, I want to be kind of balanced, and I want to bring one old deck and one new deck every day. That's kind of my goal. So I could definitely see like Rakdos Moonshadow being one of the old decks that we bring. Probably not with Kroxa. If they play Vexing Bauble and you have Trinisphere while casting Fight Rigging and pay 3, yeah, you can play 3 through the Vexing Bauble. It does work that way. Dice Factory. I feel like Dice Factory has got to be awful with all of the affinity hate. Right? It's got to be so bad. Oh yeah, so if Voidwalker's in the yard, it's really weird. It's very unintuitive. But if Voidwalker's in the yard, when they cast Living End, Voidwalker comes back to play with Living End exiled under a Void counter, and you're able to cast the Living End off the Voidwalker and reset the board, and potentially get the board that you had back. Guess I don't need a third. If you can hear the dogs going crazy. So my plan next turn is to go Spyro, discard 2 Dauthi Voidwalkers. And then if they just have, you know, Subtlety into Cascader plus Endurance again on turn 3, then that's what they got. Maybe I'll keep 1 Dauthi Voidwalker in my hand instead. Sure. I guess I shouldn't have 6 because of Mishra's Bauble. Ooh. I guess not too helpful. When you stream, are you usually dogs out or socked up like an OG? Dogs out. Unless it's winter. I think they just have Endurance plus Cascader again. Yeah, I mean, they're doing a main phase, so they must, right? What? So they just have Force of Negation, I guess? They pitched 1 Force of Negation already. I don't think there's really much for us to do. Besides hope they don't know how this works. Okay, great. They just don't know how it works. Awesome. So let's go discard 1. I might just discard the surgical. Surgical to see. I mean, there's not really much point in like looking, like surgical to look. It's like, well, it's there. If it's there, we lose, and if it's not there, we don't lose. Either way, right? So feeling pretty good. The more I think about it, the more Trudge deck really wants Flute in the sideboard, like badly. So you're one of these Tron gamers that just plays a bunch of flutes in your sideboard? Because I've never really like, could you elaborate on why you want flutes in the board? Like, I'm not that scared of Belcher, and I guess you could name Allosaurus Rider against Neoform, and that would help that matchup, but, you know, you could play better cards for Neoform if you wanted. Did I think Stunlock for the 19 months? Thank you, Stunlock. Well, don't think we're going to overcommit here. Flute with the 66 months, thank you. It's a pretty versatile cyber card. You can name a Cascade spell. Okay, yes, it's good against Living in Footfalls. Although I kind of feel like these matchups are like covered already. Like I think Rhinos is just a good matchup for the Trudge deck. proactively, but if it was all sorcery speed, it'd be a lot better against Cascade. I'll take the good card. It is actually kind of annoying for them to discard one of these, although they may just discard the new card. But I do think we're gonna land on casting Kroxa here. I don't think we're locked for top 8, but we will be playing the rest of Swiss for sure. How does Trudge do for Tron? I think I've won every time I've played against Tron, but I don't think we've played against it that much. It might be kind of a sneaky bad matchup. Doesn't seem like there is a lot of Tron. The green-red Eldrazi's been like I think a really good matchup. Has Kroxa Arena felt good? It has felt good. It has seemed like a powerful thing to do. It doesn't necessarily seem like one of the most powerful things to do, but it has seemed like a strong thing. They got a bog. Oh. Yeah, I've been loving Traumatic Critique. A friend of mine who hasn't been playing like a lot of Magic lately messaged me yesterday, and they were like, I love Reclamation with Traumatic Critique. Red Green Eldrazi always feels underplayed. I agree, yeah. Wait, is the window still cut off? I think I adjusted it. Is it still bad? It looks fine on my end. Want to see how this deck works against Boros Wildfire or some Jitte deck. There's unfortunately no Jitte deck in Modern. They're about 5 years too late, I think, on Muzoa's Jitte being good. So we're going to get Imricul next turn. Maybe we should have just kept the Edict for the Imricul. Well, I'm going to lose. Let's go to game 2. I'm kind of not a hammer guy. Javier seems good with Jitte. First strike lets put your counters on before Javier takes it. I understand. I understand that the curve of Javier into Jitte seems fine. Does it mean you're playing... How many Jittes do you think you're playing in that deck? That's a question I've had a uncomfortable time trying to answer. I think I'm going to cut the Heats and play 1 Ashiok with 3 Charmals to break the ice. You're not going to play 4 Jittes in your deck. Maybe you play 3? And then, even then, when you have the Javier into Jitte curve, it's bad against every combo deck, every big mana deck, every Cascade deck. And it's like, it's good against Boros and Prowess, probably. And it's probably not that good against Affinity. Like, that's just not enough to, like, play the combo, probably. You think there's a 5 list with Javier 3 Jitte? Okay, I do think 3 is the number you play. If you want to link it, I'd take a look. But it just like I just have not like if Jitte was like good against the metagame, I'd be down. But like think about the decks we played against in like this challenge. We played against Affinity, Trudge, Prowess, Rhinos. I can't even remember the 5th one. I know I just listed them. Oh, Neoform. It's like it's good against one of the 5 decks. It's just pretty narrow. It could be possible one day Jitte is better positioned, and I really want Jitte to be good. Like I'm looking for reasons to play Jitte, but I cannot really find them. So I think I take the Ugin because I really want them to play Talisman turn 1, so I can break the ice on curve. Come on. I guess maybe I telegraphed it. Wow. I guess I can Ashiok that probably. What does Jitte empower? What would the decks have been 5 years ago? So hold on to your chairs. Hammer Time was a tier 1 deck in Modern about 5 years ago. And that's kind of what I was thinking. And then they just don't imprint off the lab. Wow. So I want to cast the Charmaw next turn, which I guess means not casting Break the Ice this turn. And then they have Ice Till for my land destruction. I guess I can exile whatever I kill, which is okay. And then I'm going to still mill myself looking for a Kroxa. Find a Spyro. Is going to 4 Favorite Mystery crazy? I don't think it's a good move. Like, the Affinity matchup's been pretty good. Like, you could just win without your Favorite Mysteries. So I think unless the matchup was just really bad, I don't think it makes that much sense. Do you think it's Vermeister's time to shine in Baelmark decks and that Emperor isn't a must in the spot? Yeah, you could potentially try that card again. We had like one really good league with it, and then we just never played it again. We're back on Voidwalker. Didn't say the card was bad. A huge part of the card being bad was Boros's dominance and Flage's existence in the metagame, and now big news, they banned big news, they banned Flage. So I have to exile the lab. We still haven't found the Kroxa, which feels a little unlucky. So they are going to be able to mill and maybe find a second land to play for the Ice Till next turn. And so a big part of what we're doing here is trying to find out how good Voidwalker is. And it's been pretty good today, I think. Even though we haven't been doing a lot of winning. Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't return Emrakul. They graveyarded Myco Spawn, so thankfully not gonna get an extra land for the Ice Till. The biggest problem, Guide of Soul still in touch. Maybe it'd be better ban rather than Flage. I mean, I think between Guide, Ajani, and Flage, you could have picked one. I really like that they picked Flage because no longer you have to play Graveyard Hate against the little creature deck. I agree. You could have kind of picked any one of those, or one or two of those at random, and they would have been a good call. And it came probably 6 to 8 months too late, but it did happen. Kroxa plus Arena has been good. I definitely have liked Kroxa plus Arena. I don't know if it's the best meta game for it or if this is the best build, but it does feel powerful enough to like consider. They should have banned Sacred Foundry. What would be worse for Boros? Flage ban or Sacred Foundry ban? You'd have basics and you'd have surveils. It's probably Sacred. It's probably Sacred Foundry, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I hope we never see another Escape Titan. Yeah, surely they won't design. Surely they won't design another Escape Titan. Surely that won't happen. But you can't fetch Verges. Yeah, maybe you would just play Verges. You'd play like 6 basics, 3 surveils. I don't know why I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but I don't know. Am I crazy, or is this entire fight rigging deck available in Arena? I think you're missing Eldrazi Temple. Maybe you have Ancient Tomb though. I don't know. Do you have Ancient Tomb? Okay, round 6 of the challenge is about to start. I guess you could print Escape Titans in Commander decks maybe. Oh, they have Temple now? Okay. I think I'm gonna play this tap turn 1. I think I'm gonna keep the land too. It's a little bit weird. Escape Titans still bet they cost 6 greater mana. I feel like they would all. I would think that you would always have like the escape cost to be 4 mana, but maybe not. Yeah, but if they're really expensive, then they're not. You can find a mana cost that is not broken. What Ashiok for? They're a fetch-led Mycospawn deck, and they also like exiling their graveyard for Emrakul, K return, and Ice Tool is kind of relevant. I don't always bring it in against Titan, but decided to today, and it was pretty good last game. Doing like Pelucranos is maybe okay. Yeah, I mean like they made Kroxa, and Kroxa is not unbalanced. Like they could print a Kroxa power level Titan. The entire deck is still Arena. Well, don't ever tell them I didn't give you anything, Arena gamers. Well, let's let them cast their K command. We should have attacked first. I just didn't want them to sack their Ghost Quarter. I think we lost the die roll again. I think we've only won one die roll today. Yeah, I'm gonna be mulliganing my 7. I just have I have a Dryad Arbor Devourer hand on the draw. I'll keep my 6. And I'm just gonna move the league game over here, I think. My opponent plays Misty Rainforest Go, so probably Cascade or Neoform. I'm just going to concede the league match. We got lock in. I think that people are typically too obsessed with like Cavern of Souls and being good against counter spells. Like the ratio to like there's more people asking me about Cavern of Souls than there are counter spells in the format. It feels there you can play 10 matches and expect to like and expect to not play against counter magic outside of Living End the whole time. Or like I guess like Force Negation doesn't even do anything against Cavern of Souls. I don't know. Not a lot of counter magic. I feel like I've seen less Neoform post bans. I feel like I've seen about the same amount. We played against it in the challenge today. Yeah. Cavern, Force Negation, Subtlety, Consign. They just cared not that much about Cavern. Living End again. Well, we are, we have the Voidwalkers, we got the Baubles. Yeah, we beat Neoform in the challenge. They like messed up really bad though. I might end up killing both my creatures with heat and then like cling to dusting their yard. I keep seeing blue-green ritual deck when I can't fathom being good. Is it? It's good, I think. It's a deck that started on this channel. Although it's pretty different build. We're playing Neoform in it too to just have more consistent like Oculi. But yeah, it's good. It has a lot of free counter magic and it rituals into Born Oculus, which is really strong, and it's pretty consistent at doing that too. A lot to like about it. Again, should have Thoughtseize first. We would have hit Delirium, but we hit Voidwalker anyways, which is certainly really nice. Although it'll be really bad if they evoke Endurance in response. Well, they have 2 Endurances and no Cascaders. I guess I'll take one of the Endurances because they're a little light on green cards. And I think at this point, trying to like hate their graveyard isn't as much of a thing. So maybe I'll find a proactive card to play at the Cling. Sure, we'll put that in the yard. And I think I will play this proactive card. They play Breeding Pool untapped. I'm gonna main phase the Endurance. Oh. Did they draw a green card? Okay, great. They just don't know. Yeah, it seems like this is the second Living End opponent who hasn't necessarily seemed aware. Oh wait, although they get to Endurance my graveyard. Maybe they were aware. I get to trigger Kroxa a couple times. Oh no, they get to put something in the yard for the. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, the Voidwalker's in play. It's fine. They discard Commercial District. Panicking for no reason. Oh, and then the endurance resolved. I'm also all over the place here, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna go select living end, cast living end, reset the yard here, get our Dauthi Voidwalker back, see if they're drawing another Cascader, I guess. They're drawing a Sink. It's an interesting one. I have thought about streaming to YouTube. It's not something I think I'm gonna do, but especially with how the VOD channel is structured. Although, would you ATT? So would you watch on YouTube instead of here if it was available on YouTube instead? That's a question I'd be interested to hear answered. So I think I want to play second Voidwalker and be able to heat my own Voidwalker if they bounce one with the Sink, and then I just have the ability to put one in the yard. Yeah, I know like most people here are gonna say no because like you're currently here watching on Twitch, but just in general, YouTube try to sell. Yeah, I know from what I've seen on other stuff. Again, I think I at this point I'm not very interested in doing it. I'm a little bit interested, but good feedback to hear. So if I dash the Ragavan, yeah, I think I'm like should be more than happy to trade Ragavan for endurance, or not trade, let it die to endurance. This way I can play around another Cascader. Twitch has 3 ads adverts is rubbish. Well, you can subscribe to the channel to avoid seeing the ads and help support your friendly streamer. I guess I could also just Edict for lethal. So this loses to like Force Negation blue card plus top deck Cascader. It's probably fine to play into. Okay, well, they do have Force Negation blue card. What's the logic of Urborg? I've got a bunch of Arena Glories and Dauthi Voidwalkers in the deck. So they can sack a food token to live for a turn. It says I'm subscribing to pay. Anything else to work? Did you subscribe with Prime? Prime lets you subscribe for free. Is that you can also do that. Or yeah, maybe you got a gifted subscription too. Right, up a game against Living End. ATT EPC. I browse YouTube more regular, so I'd stumble across your streams more. Yeah. I think that's valid. I appreciate the feedback. All right, we are going to cut the Unholy Heats. Gonna cut the Legend of Roku. What is the other card I've been cutting? Oh, I've been going down 2 Kroxas and playing 1 Heat. That's right. Heat plus Ragavan hates was lethal, right? I don't think we had 2 Heats. Is that different from Sheoldred's Edict? Or did I have 2 more mana there? I don't think I had 2 more mana. If I did, then my brain's a little fried after the longer stream. IDK just try YouTube stream and go back to solo streams worse. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be worse for me. Especially because it seems like everybody just wants to watch for free on YouTube, and I do need subscription / advertisements to do what I do, and it does seem like it does. I don't. Maybe YouTube's ad policy is better than Twitch. I could look into that, but all of the feedback seems to be I want to watch on YouTube because I can watch for free, and I need. Unfortunately, I'm not in the position where I can be streaming for free. I wish that was not the case. One day, if I ever get to that point, if the game I'm making ever sells enough money, enough copies, I will stream for free. Okay, we're on the drum. Let's the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay, well, this is a good hand against Living End. YouTube must play back the works. Yeah, I like that too. I like that too. Unfortunately, again, it just does not seem like it would be the best in my best interest. Why asked it? Well, I asked. Or why did I ask? Why I asked, and I got the feedback from everybody. I would like to watch for free, and so this is what I'm basing this off of. I guess I'll play one of my two Vexing Baubles first. I don't know. Maybe I need to thought. It's close between. So if I bobble first, then I can comfortably play Ragavan if it resolves. But this is a sideboard game where they could have like Teferi. I also maybe want to get an Endurance out of their hand. I think we should Thoughtseize. Yeah, but again, I appreciate the feedback. Okay, so we'll take an Endurance. Wait, they don't have green mana right now. It is really bad if I take an Endurance, play a Vexing Bauble. Okay, let's take Endurance, and then let's Thoughtseize their Sink. How many gifted subs for YouTube stream? 1,000, and I will co-stream to YouTube for a month. Do I have 3 Vexing Baubles? Not sure why you think streaming YouTube will lower your income. I get 50% for doing it. Well, again, this conversation is also pretty repetitive, I guess, but it's one. I already have a YouTube channel where they edit the VODs, so I think that streaming to YouTube would likely dip into that revenue. I have an employee who edits all of these videos too, and I'm worried about how it would affect that flow of stream into the edited VODs. And it also seems like I might see a decrease in Twitch viewers over there and make money from the people make less money from people who are going over there. But it's not a very interesting combo, and probably just not a question I should keep answering every time it comes up. They're just playing a 3-mana 2/2. I guess trading is good for Delirium. Why did I stop uploading shorts? I lost a lot of money on that, or not a lot of money, but I paid an editor something like I don't know. I probably like 50, 40 bucks a short to make sure that they were like good, and I paid her a little bit more than she asked for, which I tend to like to do when I'm commissioning people in the community for stuff. And I would pay like somewhere in the realm of like 40, 50 bucks a short, and I would make like 30 cents a short. So I think getting a few of them out there was a good investment, but it's not super sustainable to do that forever. The ratio is just not there. I guess I want to draw the swamp, so I'll just not minus the Ashiok this turn. Maybe wait on the attack too. They do have an Endurance. They attack me instead. Could target them with Ashiok. Could. I guess if they have another Endurance, we might be in bad shape. Yeah, Twitch subscriptions I think are the best way to support if you're wanting to support. I appreciate the interest. I'm doing okay though. I'm doing okay. I mostly want y'all to relax and enjoy. So they ignore Ashiok for another turn. I drew an arena for the Kroxa. And we find a Thoughtseize to play around subtlety, although we do still get really got by Endurance. I guess if they subtlety in response. Okay, they force a negation in response. Okay. I guess I'll mill myself for some more cards to make the... okay, they just concede. That was a much closer game than I would have expected with that draw. All right, we should have time for another match. But I think of all the like normal modern decks, that's probably the one I've played the least. Stupid question, why can't you draw a Moto? I don't have an answer, so it's not a stupid question. They should have went for casting Curator instead of Cycle in the face of Vexings, yeah. So we can find a black source for the Voidwalker. Could this be a Eye Twitch deck? Next challenge, win it in. It's a win it in for sure, and we may top 8 anyways, depending on how the breakers go. But for sure a win it in. Is there... So, like, you know, everybody knows a win it in is like, I need to win this to get in. Is there... I guess it doesn't really translate to paper, because in these spots I would just say, I would like to draw. So there's not really a good term for this. Necro, yeah, it could be Necro, although with Flooded Strands, not going to be a Necro deck. So this is probably Esper Blink. And they've got a Prismatic Ending for my Dauthi. Let's leave the Edict in my hand. I'm going to discard the Bauble and the Heat. I guess I don't want F6 because I could draw another Mishra's Bauble. Okay, I guess we'll take those. Next round play, I'm probably in. Yeah, although that seems like you might not get in if you win. It's a step in the right direction. So I can't take the Overlord because they'll Emperor it back. Yeah, I think I'll just take the Emperor. And then we'll go Haste the Ragavan and Edict the Felia. So we're going to put them down to 13, get a treasure. They may go Overlord back the Felia and replay it this next turn. They may Teferi as well. As for Blink with Emperor, Emperor's pretty stock. Hazelnut, think of it a tier 1. Oh yeah, Ephemerate off the Ragavan would have been cool. So they do play the Overlord. They could return a Solitude, a Felia, an Emperor, a Trawler, Teferi. They do choose Felia. They play basic Swamp, which definitely takes a lot of pressure off of their life total here. So will they trade for Ragavan? I think the answer is going to be probably no. Do I want to trade? Let's leave the elementals back to double block Felia if my Channeler dies, or I guess we could triple block. I'm not sure. We'll see. What we flip. We flip a Channeler. Unfortunately I'm 1 away from 5 mana, or 1 color away from 5 mana, pending the Overlord. I guess I should spend 1 mana just 1 mana Surveil. I think that's a trade I'd take here. That is a good trade. Okay, so we have this set up for next turn. Although my opponent could pick up a Solitude off the Overlord coming back. Still gonna graveyard. So they have Teferi, they have Watery Grave, they have 2 other cards. Wait, is that Godless Shrine in their hand too? It is, okay. So if the 1 mystery card Solitude, they can Solitude the Channeler. I think I'll just block. Somebody remind me to double check the tiebreakers when we go to next round. Although it shouldn't matter too much. I'll play to win. So they play Teferi, and their Overlord is going to come back. And they're gonna get probably Solitude, although they have to have a white card. They did return the Solitude. I cast Vexing Bauble. Arena Kroxa has been good today. It is still a powerful thing to do. Okay, great to be up a game against Esper Blink. I'm not exactly very sideboarded for it. I think it might be a run it back kind of matchup. Could play one more Vexing Bauble, I guess. Two's probably a good number. Could get a little lazy this late into the challenge run too. You know, that 5-color humans deck we could try again. I remember it wasn't that bad against Boros. Ashiok too slow. Yeah, I don't usually like it against these kind of decks. Yeah, like combo. I was talking about the Relic of Legends humans one, or the Relic of Legends. Yeah, humans. The ally deck we could take a look at too. I think ally deck's probably really bad in the face of like the fast combo. Although it probably would be okay against living in. I guess maybe assuming that you can get enough stuff in the yard. Politics are bad. You know, we had a good run with Vile Lockmare. Like we played Vile Lockmare, a 4-1. I think we played one league and 4-1 with it, and then just never even thought about it again. And I need to do better probably about circling back to that deck. Although I don't know. I think I have to main phase the Heat because they can just adapt otherwise. Although this does play into Ephemerate. Yeah. Not the worst way to trade for an Ephemerate, I guess. With the second Voidwalker, we don't need to be too scared of like them getting anything back this turn. Control decks are more abundant with Flage Gun, surely. Well, Flage was like pretty stock in a lot of control decks. Although Demir Flash could be a big win for Flash Wizards. So we have an Ephemerate. Oh, sorry, this is not to Voidwalker, never mind. Let me cast a copy of Unholy. Well, they can adapt. Am I okay with them adapting? I guess not. Sorry, I should have Unholy Heated this Emperor. I thought for sure they were gonna play Ophelia, then when they didn't play Ophelia, I just like I don't know what happened. Maybe I maybe this doesn't matter. So they played Untapped Witch Enchanter. Implying that they want to Solitude this turn. Alright, so we can go block and heat. And then they're going to hardcast Solitude on the Voidwalker, which I think is just going to be okay. Well, I guess this is better for me. I don't have to use the Unholy Heat, although maybe I'm just still going to discard it to Seasoned Pyromancer. Comes with a 1-1 this way. They have only 2 cards left. Imagine we surveil Kroxa in the yard here, by the way. Okay, we didn't, but just imagine. I guess it's probably an okay card to keep on top here. I don't like that I don't have Delirium for Heat. Only waiting on one deck in the challenge right now. After his Pyro here, I think even if I was going to cast Pyro, I probably wouldn't haste it. You mean on empty boards? Oh, so not here, the metaphorical here, I see. I don't know. I'm gonna cast Kroxa. Maybe they'll. I don't know why they would have been sandbagging Overlord or anything, I guess. Should Esper start running Voidwalker on the board? It seems like it might be tough to cast. I don't know. Esper Blink, I think, is like. It's not really a deck I believe in that much. I just don't understand how you can play Esper Blink in like the Cascade, Storm, Wildfire, Tron. Like if it feels like every matchup is bad. Every matchup is bad for a Blink. What matchup is good? I don't know. I don't know. Not we're 5-1 in the challenge. My opponent graveyarded a Riddler, which is interesting. And they target my Voidwalker. Main deck Teferis and Thoughtseizes. I guess the Teferis help a lot with the Cascade. It's true. With the Thoughtseizes though, it's like your deck is so slow. Like you just don't slow them down enough for it to matter, or for it to matter. Yeah, maybe you're okay though. You're good against Rakdos. Okay, waiting on one match. I ordered some food. It's probably not here yet. Oh, it's here. Okay, I'm gonna go get it quick.